Red Bull's Christian Horner is unhappy with the FIA's reasoning for pushing a controversial new technical directive, claiming there is no such thing as the intent of the regulations. The FIA has intervened in the debate over the porpoising and bottoming out of F1's 2022 ground effect cars and wants to set a limit for the vertical oscillations drivers can be subjected to ensure that all cars can be governed by a newly created bouncing metric. The FIA has issued updated parameters relating to plank wear and skid stiffness, so that it is confident all teams are running their planks as intended when the regulations were created. In the technical meetings between teams and governing body as the 2022 regulations were formulated, the FIA stipulated that the plank should be solid, with a 2 mm tolerance, and the way in which the plank and the skid blocks were mounted should reflect that. But the regulations did not include the specific wording of that original guidance and instead only specify no deflection greater than 1 mm at a position at the leading edge of the plank, and 2 mm at a position slightly further back. There are no measurements taken further to the rear, around where the driver sits. Some teams are believed to have engineered the mounting of the plank and skid block in a way that gives a degree of cushioning and lets them flex more than the intended amount, so they can be used more aggressively. The suggestion is that Red Bull and Ferrari, F1 2022's top two teams, adopted this interpretation, which will not be accepted as of the French Grand Prix in 2 races' time. As the technical directive is only in a draft stage, Horner has suggested it will be challenged in Friday's meeting of the F1 Commission ahead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Asked by the race about the FIA wanting to enforce something that has not been explicitly outlined in the regulations, he said, "Well, this is the problem, isn't it? That regulations need to be black and white. I think we end up with encyclopedias that sometimes are way too complicated. And there's no such thing as the intent of the regulations. It's a binary thing." So, the F1 Commission meeting, there's many things to discuss on the agenda, maybe 2 hours won't quite be enough.